Hello everybody, it's Kelly. Thank you for joining me on this Friday, and if you're catching the replay, thank you so much for hopping on. My name is Kelly Tobin of the K&K Biz Runners and the Badass Biz Runners, and Kristen and I help women find their creative outlets at home by becoming virtual assistants and supplementing their income or quitting their 9-to-5 to quit their 9-to-5. So today I don't have any notes. It's been a crazy day around the house. In fact, I didn't even know what I was going to be talking about. I planned it last week, but haven't written my notes out. I saw the post in my own page and I was like, whoops. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. My kids are back there, which is perfect because this is all about growing a business, a successful business from home. So I have three tips for you today. And again, I don't have my notes. I'm going to try to keep this brief and right to the point so you can get value from this post. So if you're trying to grow a business from home, whether you have a 9-to-5 job or you are just trying to start a business, whether it's with an MLM or you create something or you have a service or another product, here's my three tips. Number one is set boundaries. Have goals for yourself, have goals for your business, remind yourself of those, but keep the number one thing, the number one thing. The number one thing, whether you work outside of the home or in the home, is your family. So you need to have a business that reflects that boundary or that goal. So if your goal is to grow a 6-figure business, but from home, but you're not putting the first thing first, like your spouse, your kids, your church, whatever it is, then it's going to flop. Whether it doesn't flop, or whether you make 6 figures, but internally, it's going to flop. There's going to be something that doesn't go your way in your family. So set boundaries. Set boundaries, know your goals, stick with them, and set up systems in place that will keep you accountable to those boundaries. Meaning setting a timer to be on social media. When your kids ask for you to play with you, set a boundary and say, I'm working for this long and then I'm going to go play. And that kind of leads into another one of my points. So set boundaries. Number 2 is to delegate. Outsource what you can outsource. And I'm big on that because I'm a VA and I'm training other women to be VAs. It's okay, Liam. So delegate. What can you take off your plate? If you're taking on more because you want to grow this business, you need to take something off of your plate. See the flashlight behind me? Whether that's grocery pickup, whether that's hiring a babysitter for just 1 hour a week, or delegating a task to a VA at a really reasonable cost, 1 hour a week, 2 hours a week, something that gives you back your time. So delegate what you don't need to do. Write out a list of everything that you do. And I've done this before with other business coaches. They've given me the exercise to do. Micah, no, buddy. I'm in this non-childproof room right now. Write out a list of everything that you do in your family, in your house, for your business, and then start looking at what you don't have to do. I'm sure there are other people that can maybe drop your kids off at school or pick them up from school or go shopping for you. I'm sure there's other people that can post your social media stuff. So think about your business and think about your life. So that's number 2, is to delegate. And number 3, Micah, no. I got to wrap it up. Number 3 is to communicate. And I kind of hinted at that in my other tips. You need to communicate what you want from your business to your spouse, to your kids. That's been really hard for me, but my oldest is 4 and he gets it. And I've said, do you know what mommy does? He's like, not really, you're on your computer. Oh, Micah's getting into the vacuum. But I communicate to my kids what I do, not Micah so much, but I say hey, this is what mommy does, and she's going to work for an hour today, and then she's going to get to play. And that goes back to my number 1 tip, which is a set boundary, because that keeps me accountable by telling my 4-year-old. Because if you have a 4-year-old or a little one, they're going to hold you accountable because they don't forget anything. So set boundaries. Outsource when you can. That's for your home life or your business life. And communicate. That's to your spouse, because I know my spouse comes home and sees me on my computer and he's like, what have you done today? Your computer's out. It's always out on the kitchen table. But he doesn't understand, or he didn't understand until I communicated that hey, we went to the park today, we played all day, and then I came home and the kids were watching a show and I had my computer up and I just didn't shut it yet. So communicate exactly what you're doing, and that will help you set those boundaries. You need to set your boundaries with your family, communicate with them, and then communicate it to whoever you work with in your business, so that people know what to expect from you. If you respond to messages in your business at all hours of the night and all times during the day, then that's what they're going to expect from you. And I've had to learn that the hard way when I've had to get out of bed to fix something for a client, when I have gotten messages at 5 a.m. Sometimes people are just getting stuff off their plate to let you know. But if you don't respond, then they won't expect it. And it's not being rude, it's setting a boundary for yourself. So try that this week. Again, if you want to have a growing, successful business that's income-wise and good for your family, then you have to have certain things in place to be successful. If not, something is going to fall. Whether it's your family, whether it's, and I know I've been guilty of that. There's been times this last couple of months where I have chose my business over my family, and my kids have suffered for it, and I can tell. So do those things if you want to have a successful business at home. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen the right way and the right time. And your kids will be thankful for it, your spouse will be thankful for it, and your clients will come to respect you because you're doing it the right way. So my 3 tips, just to recap: set boundaries, delegate, and communicate. Those are my tips for you today. I have a crazy busy Friday. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll be hopping on again shortly. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.